Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. This is Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust Latur MS India organizing daily international webinar series. In this series, speakers are invited from India and abroad to deliver on the topic as per their field of interest and expertise. Education, law, technology, environmental, health issues, all the topics are accepted here and speakers are sharing their knowledge on various topics today. Today we have invited Dr. Vaishali Randive ma'am, who is Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology, Modern College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Ganeshkhind, Pune. And the topic is Emerging Biotechnological Approaches in Sustainable Agriculture. I welcome you, ma'am, from this organization and from all the participants. This topic is related to all and related to our agriculture products, which are the using for their biotechnological approaches for their new seeds, new varieties, or new in improvement in that. And this information is useful to all of us. Let us listen from our today's speaker, Dr. Vaishali Rande, ma'am, on the topic emerging biotechnological approaches in sustainable agriculture. Welcome, you, ma'am. You can start your speech now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me in this lecture series. So let us start with. I hope I am audible to all.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Is screen visible to all?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay. Good evening, all. I am Dr. Vaishali Randive. Today, I'll be discussing about the emerging biotechnological approaches in the sustainable agriculture. So let us start. Most important, being an agricultural country, like our economy is depend upon agriculture. Most of the people, they are earning their life from agriculture, and hence countries like us and also we have to look forward that today what the agriculture. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, so long-term agriculture has to be practiced into the countries where their economy is basically based upon the agriculture. And in today's time, in order to, as the this population is getting increased, and obviously land will not increase, land will be limited. So because of the availability of land and increasing population, there is always a crisis for food, and hence to increase the food productivity we are completely relying on the chemical inputs which we are adding into soil in order to increase the productivity, right? So because of use of lots of agrochemicals, the soil is getting affected, and other than that also many other problems like water scarcity may be there. um, Due to considering all that problem, agriculture has to be sustainable. So basically, what is sustainable agriculture? Sustainable agriculture is the farming system that meets present food need while conserving the natural resources for future generations. Otherwise, if all the resources will be utilized in today's time without thinking of future, it will be get used up and there will be no food or no land for the future generation. And hence sustainable agriculture is basically focusing on, or it is having goals like increased food productivity, which is satisfying the global food need. Then at the same time we have to maintain the soil fertility, soil health, conserve water. Efficient water should be efficiently used without wasting it. Then reduce chemical pollution, because lots of synthetic pesticides we are using in soil in agriculture, which is very much harmful to human beings as well as to the other animals and organisms also. At the same time, when we are thinking of all these things, we have to also think of farmers income, because ultimately economy is based upon their income. And it is important to maintain the biodiversity, like preserving the variety of crops, animals and ecosystem, because we have to see all these things in a one view. So again, why do we need a sustainable agriculture? Is just now, as I mentioned, our population is day by day getting increased, and therefore there will be always a crisis for food. Same time, climate is getting changed, extreme weather conditions we are getting, because of which lots of losses are there to the agriculture. Then soil degradation is there because of use of chemicals into the soil. Lots of, and even overuse of water also at certain places wherever the amount of water is more. So soil degradation is there. At the same time, at certain places, water scarcity is there, because in India, geographical location of India is such a way that we have diverse geographical areas. Somewhere we have lots of water, somewhere we have scarcity of water, and so on. And at the same, when we are considering all of these things, in order to increase the productivity, we are using excessive biofertilizers, pesticides, due to which the pest resistance is getting occurred into the pests, and we are having lots of problems of all this pest resistance where chemicals are not working. So considering all of this together, it is important for us, or it's high time I can say, where we have to practice the sustainable agriculture, because traditional agriculture alone won't be able to solve these challenges. And therefore sustainable agriculture practices should be followed. So what all that sustainable agriculture practices and how biotechnology is helpful in order to make these practices sustainable, let us see. So these are the major biotechnological approaches by which we can practice this in order to make agriculture sustainable. So in three ways we can see how we can improve, or how we can make this agriculture sustainable. First,
PPT is not visible, ma'am. PPT is not visible.
oh, I'll reshare again, sir.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay. So the
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Yes, sir. So these are the various biotechnological approach with the help of which we can make agriculture sustainable. So these approaches are basically we can divide into three ways. The first is nutrient management. Second is use improved varieties, and third is use of precision agriculture. So first of all, let's see about the nutrient management. So we know that in order to manage the nutrients in soil, uh, from long time actually all of we have shifted from till the green revolution, we have shifted to the use of chemical fertilizers, and because of overuse of chemical fertilizers actually the soil is getting polluted, lots of residues are there which is affecting to the soil ecosystem as well as water also. So in order to avoid the soil pollution and degradation of soil, we can manage nutrients by using biofertilizer. So what are biofertilizers? Biofertilizers are basically living organisms, microorganisms which are making nutrients available to the plant, as like we are putting urea or phosphate fertilizer, potash fertilizer, NPK basically. So instead of using that, or completely, we cannot shift completely to the biofertilizers, but actually we can increase the use of biofertilizer so that that all that NPK need can be fulfilled using this microorganism. They have ability to provide these nutrients and they are mostly associated with soil, so we can have such a kind of inputs in order to increase or in order to manage the nutrients. Then biopesticides, so mostly chemical we are using to control the pest which are there on the agriculture crops, and that chemicals are again harmful to human beings also because their residues will remain on the plant. So instead of using that, the natural enemies of this pest, like microorganisms, can be used to control this pest. So naturally, that pest will be like it will be controlled and the crop will be protected. Now the other ones are biostimulants. So these biostimulants are basically certain chemicals like as like we people are taking tonics, vitamins, then various minerals. So similar way, plants also need some tonics, and that tonics are usually called as a plant growth hormones. As like we also have hormones, similar way plant also requires some growth hormones, and these biostimulants are nothing but growth hormones. So many of the microorganisms, they also can produce these growth hormones, and we can use these growth hormones externally by spraying it on the crop so that their growth will be enhanced. Okay, so they will work like a tonic. So this is how we can improve the growth by managing nutrients and supplementary, as like we people are also taking supplementary for our growth and health. So similar way, these biostimulants will be providing us the growth stimulants to the plant. Then next is improvement of varieties. So tissue culture is one way by which we can produce the plants at large scale from the small explant. Like some of the crops that cannot be produced from the seeds. So tissue culture is the technique in which from a single leaf or a plant part, many such a plants can be generated. That is possible with the tissue culture technique. That is one of the important technique in biotechnology, where from any part of plant we can generate whole plant in the laboratory, and later on that can be shifted to the field nowadays. And usually these plants are disease free also. So like banana plants nowadays are available with tissue culture, because growing banana that way is difficult. So bananas are made like these plantlets of bananas are made with the help of tissue culture. So rapidly we can propagate the virus free or disease free plants, even genetically identical also, all are same. Like when we are growing plant from the seeds, that may be different, but the tissue cultured plants, they are all same. Okay, So, and this is one of the approach of biotechnology for improvement in agriculture. Secondly is we can improve the crop varieties. Now how crop varieties will be improved is, suppose some varieties they are very good, nutritionally very rich, and some varieties of same particular crop they are giving us more yield. So what we can do is we can combine the characteristic of both of these crop together or growth of these varieties together, and that is very much possible by using various biotechnological techniques, such as these are the most improved or what we can say advanced techniques like CRISPR gene editing, which is very much specific, like specific gene we can introduce at required site. So in CRISPR gene technology we are getting more success in the getting recombinant plants. Then marker assisted breeding is again one more advanced technique, where we can breed the two varieties for the selected traits, like as I mentioned, when suppose we don't want plant to grow big, we want it to grow in the form of biomass. So such a kind of two different characteristic can be combined, and that are marker assisted breeding is carried out. Breeding, most of the some of you may be knowing about the breeding. So these are the advanced technique by which plants can be improved: gene editing and marker assisted breeding. Even genetic engineering is also there, where the specific gene can be transferred from one organism to another. It is always possible to transfer the gene from even different organism, like plant gene can be transferred to the microorganism, or if any required microbial gene can be transferred to the plants also. That is very much possible with the help of genetic engineering technique. And this CRISPR gene editing and marker assisted breeding, these are the advanced technique used in genetic engineering. Similar way, nanobiotechnology is there, where the nowadays some of you might have heard about the nano fertilizers. So nano is basically one, suppose 1 mm if you are considering on your scale, so 10,000 part of 1 mm will be 1 nanometer. So that much small it is. So whatever the fertilizers we are using, that can be made nano fertilizers. Even many of the other components like biostimulant or other these chemicals we are using in agriculture, that can be converted to its nano form, and nano forms have more absorption. Plants are absorbing these nano forms, nano fertilizers very fastly, and we have to also add all of such a fertilizers in a small quantity. So this is how nanobiotechnology is also one of the approach in agriculture. Then now coming on to the precision agriculture. So precision agriculture will help us in a two way. One is to manage the farm. In order to manage the farm, one can use nowadays AI assistance can be also taken into the precision agriculture. Like whenever the crop is required water, only that time required water will be given by measuring the moisture inside the soil. Similar way, we can even manage the fertilizers also, considering the what nutrient are available into plant, and according to considering that nutrient levels, whatever the inputs are required, only that much inputs can be added into the soil. So no extra fertilizers are required, or that will be not wasted also. Then even before onset of disease also, or we can come to know what kind of disease plant may be getting. So such a kind of facilities or such a kind of advanced equipments are also coming, research is going on that, so that earlier we'll come to know that what disease will be coming onto the crop by measuring that. Certain devices are there, so biosensor like devices are there, and we can make the all the required things earlier, so that we can protect our crop. Now these are some advanced plant breeding technique, just as I mentioned: molecular marker assisted breeding, then genetic engineering. These two are obviously part advanced genetic engineering technique, and CRISPR gene editing. So in molecular marker assisted, DNA markers are helping us to identify the desirable gene from the whole this. from one plant which gene we require, that will be that can be identified using the molecular markers, that are DNA markers. And we can application of this is to make the disease resistance variety, then drought tolerant variety, salt tolerant variety, and even we can improve the nutrition also by using the marker assisted breeding technique. Than the conventional breeding technique, where usually we don't know what like characteristic will come into the hybrid variety. But over here, that will be specific. Genetic engineering, already I explained. In the genetic engineering, we can introduce a useful gene into the plant, and nowadays we know we have a BT cotton, then golden rice is there. Various herbicide tolerant varieties of different crops are also available in market. So that is possible by making genetic engineering. CRISPR gene editing also I mentioned earlier also, that is a precise method for gene editing, with the help of which again we can get the heat resistant, drought tolerant crop varieties, etc. Now next approach of biotechnological approach is biofortification, where we can improve the nutritional quality of crop by introducing various gene. And the best example of that is golden rice, which is vitamin A rich. So the gene which is controlling the concentration of vitamin A into that particular crop, that gene is its like expression is enhanced, so that vitamin A will be produced more. And such a kind of crops are called as biofortification. Usually fortification is addition or improvement of something, as like we are taking nutritional supplementary, so we are getting doing biofortification. So biofortification is within crop itself, we can increase that particular nutrients, and benefits of that will be we will not have any micronutrient deficiency because of that, or even vitamins also. And external supplementary will be not required. It will help to improve the public health. Next is as earlier also I mentioned, that is nutrient management, that can be done by using biofertilizer. Then with the help of biopesticides, we can target the pest in an eco-friendly manner. In that we can use Bacillus thuringiensis, then Trichoderma, NPV viruses. These are the natural enemies of some pest, and we can use them to control the specific pest. In available such a pest in market, these biopesticides are available. Then biostimulants, other than microbial biostimulants, some other biostimulants such as seaweed extract or humic acid, protein hydrolysate, that can be also used in order to boost the growth of crops, and also to enhance the stress tolerance. Now next concept is microbiome engineering. So earlier I mentioned that microorganism, they are helping plant to provide or to get access the nutrients, like they can fix nitrogen from the this air. They can solubilize phosphorus, or they can make available the phosphorus, potassium, and other minerals also. So considering the health of soil, like what is lacking into that particular soil. If soil is lacking or it is poor in phosphorus, then we can use a phosphorus solubilizing organism, so that they will solubilize the inorganic phosphorus present in the soil, and it will be made available to the plant. Similar way, suppose I know that I am having less amount of water, and my crop will be going to experience the terminal drought stress. Like at the end of crop season, there may be no water in order to provide, or last irrigation may not be possible. In that case, what we can do is we can use some microorganism which will help plant to tolerate that drought stress. Similar way, salt stress can be also tolerated by microorganism. So basically, considering the requirement of soil, maybe nutrient requirement, maybe some onset of some abiotic stress, like maybe salt stress may be there, or this drought stress may be there, we can manage the microorganisms into the soil so that they will do their duty, and whatever the problem the crop is going to face, it will be not faced, or that will be it will be controlled by the organism. So that way, such a kind of microbial community we can develop into the crop, uh, the root system of crop. We can drench that, or we can spray that microbial culture, so that that will help in uh, providing nutrients, or tolerating the stress. Onset of stress will be controlled, disease resistance may be provided into the plant. Such a kind of things we can do with the help of microorganism, and that is called as microbiome engineering, because we are adding them externally, so that problem which we are going to face, or crops are going to face, that will be subsided. At the same time, it will also manage the soil health also, and that is a basically a future direction to our sustainable agriculture. It is like a tailored thing which is according to the requirement of crop and soil condition. As like depending upon our health, we are taking medicines, required medicines, or required like treatment. Similar way, according to the plant's requirement and soil requirement, will give an required biome microbiome. We will develop and required microbiome. So that is a future direction which is very much sustainable. Next is precision agriculture and biotechnology. So in modern agriculture, how we are making precision is precisely the problem will be understood and it will be solved. So that it will not happen that we are something, a problem is something else and we are treating something else, or we are giving something else. That will not happen. So in the precision agriculture, what modern agriculture, how it is combined with the modern agriculture is, nowadays drones are used for the spraying, maybe even biofertilizers samples, or even the fertilizers also, so that it less amount of that particular thing fertilizers will be required, or even pesticides also. Then GPS facilities can be used to understand about the climatic conditions and all. Then sensors will be used for the soil and for crop also, to understand about the soil moisture, then to understand about the nutritional quality of soil, and so on. So accordingly, if we are using such a AI assisted sensors, then accordingly the nutrient management can be done. Then biotechnology. So this is how, along with the improved variety of crop, if we are combining all of these things, integrating all of these things, definitely the agriculture will be more, agriculture produce will be produced in the more sustainable way. Along with that, we can have an efficient irrigation. So just before also I mentioned, considering the soil moisture, only required amount of water can be given. So for that purpose, various biosensors can be also used, or even physical sensors can be used. Targeted fertilizer applications, then early disease detection with the help of biosensors can be done. So all of this will lead to the higher productivity, and obviously then agriculture will be made sustainable without affecting to the environment, soil, and other ecosystems. Now, climate smart agriculture, that is also one approach where various crop tolerant varieties will be introduced. So that will be maybe heat, because nowadays we are on onset of any kind of climate is ultimately it is getting changed very fast. So sometime temperature is getting increased, or salinity nowadays getting increased into the soil. Soils are becoming alkaline. Then sometime flood is there. Then drought, terminal drought stress, most of the time crops are facing. So for all of these things, we can introduce the AI as well as, or the sensors along with the improved varieties. So that is basically integration of both of this will make the agriculture smart. So that is what is the smart biotechnology in sustainable agriculture. Now, advantage of using biotechnology in agriculture is we are getting an increased crop yield because of using improved varieties and all of this, which I mentioned, integrated nutrient management, pest management, etc. Then we can reduce the use of fertilizer. I won't say that we can completely move on to the biofertilizers or organic fertilizers. We have to somehow use the chemical fertilizer, but we can reduce the use of chemical fertilizer when we are integrating that with the organic supplements as well as microorganisms. Then all of these things will definitely improve the soil structure, because in today's time our soils are highly deficient, their textures are getting degraded, soils water holding capacity is also affected, drainage capacity is largely affected because of the residues of chemicals. At the same time, water is also getting polluted due to the agriculture runoff water. So all of these problems are due to the overuse of these fertilizers. If we shifted to the integrated nutrient management, then definitely soil will also, health of soil will be improved. Then we'll use reduced pesticides. It will also reduce the production cost, because fertilizers and pesticides, they are very much costly. So that burden will be again reduced. That can be done by using the resistance varieties as well as using microorganism in order to control the diseases. Then better water usage, improved food quality by using biofortificated crops, climate resilience can be obtained. Then all of this will lead to the sustainable farming, which will reduce the environmental impact, bad impact, I mean to say. This is a big picture of evolving landscape of agricultural technology, where we are more or we have to focus more on the sequestering carbon in a soil. That is, organic content of soil has to be improved. So that can be made possible by integrated nutrient management. So that is carbon farming. Synthetic biology is designing new biological systems, as like microbiome I mentioned earlier. So we can design new biological systems which will improve the crop productivity and will also increase the resistance in terms of biotic and abiotic stress. That is already mentioned actually, microbiome engineering to optimize the plant and soil communities. Then AI assisted breedings, genome editing, these are the future we can say things, or people are even working today also. So that will precisely modify the crop, and required characteristic can be obtained into the crop. Then digital agriculture, as like fermentation industries, or most of the industries, they are now have become digital, computerized. So similar way, one day will definitely come where the agriculture will be also digital. Like suppose a farmer wanted to start the pump in order to irrigate, so it will be on just remote. He will just on the remote and irrigation will happen if he wanted. Then all that nutrients will be measured into the farm on his screen. He will understand that my soil is deficient in these nutrients and so on. So accordingly system is set, he will start the pump or just press the button which will pump the required nutrient into the root of soil and so on. So that is just it's to imagine also. I'm being very happy to imagine all of these things. And if will like science, as science is getting improved day by day, and integration of different specialization is getting together, so this will definitely happen one day. Then smart biofertilizer, earlier also I mentioned, depending upon the soil need. So this is an evolving landscape of agricultural technology, and that is all because of integrating technology with biology, so that country like India will definitely have future with biotechnology, so that we can fulfill the food need of our country as well as at globe also. Thank you all. If you have any questions, please. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Thank you, ma'am, for your studious and simple speech on useful topic. How the
I
agriculture
tried to make it
biotechnology.
simple, but I don't know how much
But it is
because
very
audience I
effectively
was not knowing.
objected. How the crops are biotechnologically modified, how the soil quality is kept good. At the same time, we can't avoid the 100% fertilizers. How we take care of the yield and also disease of that crops. So this technology and the future uh, scenario of the biotechnology you have also explained here. It's a useful information. That's why we are producing more and more yield. At the same time, we are fulfilling the requirement of our foods of the country. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and joining here with a studious talk. I request all the participants, maybe from science or other field, they can discuss with our speaker. Thank you. My question is, ma'am, if
Yes,
we
sir.
create some hybrid variety, can it uses this vitamin power or vitamin strength in that crop?
Yes, sir, that is possible with the help of biofortification, where we can do the genome editing, like crop improvement basically can be done. So that is very much possible actually in the Indian varieties also, so that we can, preserve the indigenous crop or indigenous characteristic of our varieties, and we can improve that also. That is very much possible actually.
Thank you. Now we invite Jair Singh ji. He can speak in Hindi. Our speaker can answer in Hindi. Don't worry.
जी सभी को नमस्ते।
Yes, yes,
नमस्ते
sir.
मैडम।
I will try in Hindi.
सवाल जो भारत की भौगोलिक स्थिति है वो अलग अलग क्षेत्र है। जैसे महाराष्ट्र में काली मिट्टी कही जाती है, तो
Yes, sir.
राजस्थान में रेतीली मिट्टी और दिल्ली के आसपास लाल मिट्टी है। अगर हम बायोटेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं, क्या ये सभी जगह काम कर पाएगी हमारी?
सर कैसे है, जैसे मैंने बोला कि हम मतलब जहाँ तक बात करते हम माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म की यूज की, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए एक्चुअली, जब काम भी करते हैं मतलब रिसर्च भी करते हैं, तो भी हमें ट्रायल्स मल्टी लोकेशन लेने पड़ते हैं। और मोस्टली हमें क्या करना चाहिए और करते भी है लोग कि जो जो इंडिजिनस ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, मतलब उसी सॉइल में से ऑर्गेनिजम्स हमें ढूंढने हैं ताकि उनको हम इम्प्रूव कर सके। और अदर देन माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म अल्सो, जब हम इम्प्रूवमेंट करते हैं प्लांट में और कोई भी क्रॉप वैरायटी में, तो उसके हमेशा मल्टी लोकेशन ट्रायल होते हैं, उसके बाद ही वैरायटी रिलीज होती है। या तो अगर वो मल्टी लोकेशन पे काम नहीं करती फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो फिर वो रिस्ट्रिक्ट होती है कि कोई तो भी एक क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन के लिए ही वो मतलब चल सकती है। सो लेकिन मल्टी लोकेशन ट्रायल्स आर वेरी मच इसेंशियल इन ऑर्डर टू गेट इट अप्रूव्ड। मतलब उसके बिना वो अप्रूव नहीं होती है वैरायटी, मल्टी लोकेशन ट्रायल लेने पड़ते हैं। लेकिन मतलब वो विदाउट स्टडी नहीं कर सकते, ऐसा करना पड़ेगा हर जगह पे अलग अलग ट्रायल लेके।
जी सही कहा, क्योंकि तभी हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, क्योंकि क्षेत्र अलग अलग है,
बिल्कुल सर,
अलग अलग है। अभी मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ। जैसे महाराष्ट्र में कड़ी पत्ता
रंदीव, आप आगे हो सके उनका अच्छा सुन सकते हैं।
हाँ जी, तो जैसे दिल्ली के अंदर लगाते तो उसमें खुशबू और वो चीज नहीं रह जाती वहां पर। और जैसे महाराष्ट्र का, जैसे हमने थोड़ा भेजा था वहाँ, तो ये महाराष्ट्र का गन्ना दिल्ली के आसपास नहीं होता।
हाँ
धन्यवाद मैडम, बहुत ही अच्छा कार्यक्रम था और एग्रीकल्चर से जुड़ा हो ऐसे निवेदन करूंगा कि और भी एग्रीकल्चर पर विषय आप लेकर आए, क्योंकि ये बहुत जरूरी है, आज की आवश्यकता है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैडम।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू जयवीर सिंह जी। एग्रीकल्चर सब्जेक्ट तो सभी के लिए यूजफुल है और डेफिनेटली our today's speaker is researcher from biotechnology and she will definitely deliver next talk in few months. Next.
Thank you, Principal Dr. BETKAR sir, for providing this opportunity and communicate with all of audience from the different backgrounds also. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. And I request all participants to fill the feedback link. If anyone wants to discuss with our speaker, they can unmute. Today I am seeing new participants. They are requested to fill the feedback link. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Sir, shall we leave meeting?
Yes, ma'am. You can leave. I will wait for filling feedback link.
Yes, sir. Thank you.